I'm gonna wait and see if anyone gets in for a second. But essentially, this video is just gonna discuss a little rant about this. I've had some thoughts about this woman for a little bit. This Candace Owens figure, and it seems like this woman is literally just a some type of grifter, and just as she's throwing accusations against Erika Kirk as to her unnatural behavior or whatever, this whole theory is going out there. The same way, this whole like saga of just multiple installations of all these different updates and things of that nature regarding Charlie Kirk. It's to me, she's just another pawn. It's very simple. So if you're really down this rabbit hole, you'll understand. Some of these, it's like a formula. These people, you don't have to really. There's a certain. It's not even a certain way to identify them, but it's essentially. They fit this stereotype. Always these people. The cookie cutout type people. Candace, like, all this is so manufactured, and like everything about her is so like perfect looking, and she has these like elaborate outfits and stuff. Everything, all the colors, everything is very thought out. Everything you see visually, it's all very professional, and she's like one of the top YouTuber content creators, like, period, on YouTube and the internet right now, as far as gaining attention, getting 500,000 people watching a live stream at once. That's pretty crazy. But of course it's going to be given to her. The floodgates will open for her because they control the narrative. These people design the narrative this way, and they have their people in place already to help even battle these people, to go against them in debate formats publicly. The opposition is already a part of the machine, essentially. So a person like Candace Owens, this person, really is nothing more than, like I said, just like a pawn, a figurehead. Even if, she's literally meant to do what she's doing right now, make the Scooby-Doo hoax, this Hardy Boys-esque hoax scenario to play out and to feed it, right? To steer the internet, to steer these people into certain rabbit holes that are unending. Because you're never going to know what happened to this dude, what really happened to this person, right? But she'll make, how many videos has she made? She's went live like every other day, or like released a drop every few days about this stuff. Holding a little carrot in front of you for days and days. If this was really true, or there was something, some credence to what she's saying, not that there isn't, but, she'd be relentless. It wouldn't be so dribbled out like this. It wouldn't be, fed to us in this sequence. And now she's, going after, it's all coming back to Ben Shapiro and all this stuff. It's all from one machine. This woman's an actor, man. Like, I'm sure there are bloodlines that are actors. Not actors in the sense you and I think, like Hollywood, but actors, life actors. Whole family trees of people probably, in a sense, sacrificed off or like subservient to an order. There's no escaping this. Like, you have to, maybe not said directly, but at some level, like, it's all planned out. Like I said, they have if these people, at the top have like breeding families and like breeding farms, and they've got to that level of humanity already, so we're like doing those type of things. Why wouldn't a whole family be? What's the difference between a whole family? So you could like literally control masses of people if you had enough power to influence of that nature, especially now. But who are those pawns? You don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult. So like, but this whole Scooby-Doo Hardy Boys shit, this Hardy Boys hoax, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying any of it. I'm not buying the argument for it. I'm not buying any of it, because any energy expended upon this whole rabbit hole, you might as well go dig outside, go to find a shovel and just start digging in your front yard. That's where you're going to find the most evidence. You're going to find more evidence in your front yard. That's better. At least you might find an arrowhead or something historical. You might find something better than this dirt. At least you can grow plants from the soil. You can't grow. There's nothing you can gain from watching a person like Candace Owens at this point. Because all her arguments are surface anyway. They're all surface. She's late to information. She's honestly not that breaking. Like if she would have scoured the internet, she could have just stayed up with all the other people who've been pointing out the contradictions and coincidences surrounding this event, and immediately had all those out there in the forefront immediately. But it takes her weeks to do this, and then she has this inside back information that creates more intrigue and that. So who is she talking to behind the scenes? Is she that insulated that she goes, makes these little videos and just stays inside and no one's calling her, no one's talking to her? Yeah, right. So until she comes forth about all these people, breaching that journalistic integrity. But if you could do that, that's just, you're not gonna you're gonna blow the source. But if it's that important, this should not be a matter of press. This should be a matter of it's personal for her. So hey, how about let's just show all of it instead of leaving these carrots, create more Hardy Boy stories, create more like Scooby-Doo marathon mysteries about this dude. Imagine like your friend dies, a good friend of yours dies, and your whole mission becomes to create nice little perfectly edited, like zero emotion, very dry, but she's very animated too, but like as far as the message and content of it, it's like, how is she, maybe just like Charlie's wife, these people are actors, man. They're acting weird. So even the people who they put in front of you to look righteous, right, for you to follow, they're nothing. They're money hungry just like everyone else. If this really mattered to her, she would not be making Scooby-Doo Hardy Boy stories, movie mystery marathons about this dude, man. If this is my homie, we're not making mystery movie marathons about the homie, bro. Like, it's just not like, I don't get that. And then like profit from it, and like it's the most successful thing she's like ever done on YouTube. So my assessment is that all this is, yes, it is a matrix, but there's no revelation. She's not revealing anything, so, but really I just want to discuss how this is all some type of synthesis. This is all a created environment. So yes, it is a matrix, but we can start figuring out the lattice of that matrix, of that matricy. Like, we can point it out and we can figure it out, but she is not helping us. No one's going to tell you these things other than random people on YouTube. The media is not going to tell you these things. Maybe now, because it like, we're coming to this crucial point, in my opinion, this confluence where everything, there, like, you cannot deny the conspiracy anymore. You cannot deny something's off. And in order to maintain the status quo and maintain the just regular, you have to drip this into, people. You can't ignore it, is what I'm saying. It's like the elephant in the room. Like, yeah, everyone's on the internet seeing these things, reading about these things, making these connections, right? All this energy is going out there doing that. But then there's these other people who are like the reflection of real life, so and so called, the media, the institutions, the big news agencies, the movies, the Hollywood actors, all those type of people, this vacuous shell. They get you to, like, that's the reflection they want you to see of life and reality, right? That doesn't align with the conspiracy shit. Going on Fox News or CNN in the 1990s and dropping the hammer on everyone and saying, hey, this is all a fake show. But it's more so now, though. Like, the fake show is like more so now. Like, people couldn't act that, like, back in the day, it doesn't seem like you had to really put on an act But there's because people were more crucial and critical about like you can't record now. Everything is recorded, so it's like you're really getting to see everything now, and that's different from back then. They had a stranglehold back then when it's like you only could the only media is the media. So yeah, we don't have these video cameras in homes yet. So there's no recording all that stuff yet. There is, but there's not. It's not, it's lost through the history of time type thing. But now you can really like put this two and two together. No, you didn't say that actually. This is a lie. This thing, but back in the day they just put, a lot of things are lies, man. Like most things are lies or built off of embellishment, an untruth, a misunderstanding, right? But I'm interested in how that misunderstanding is manipulated, which is the real evil. Is when you manipulate in that way. Knowing something and omitting it and just not telling someone. Having the knowledge to correct the wrong, to fix it. No, it doesn't happen. Instead, you get Scooby-Doo mystery marathons. And this Erika Kirk girl. It's just like they're all phony, dude. They're all phony. Like, do you not think they're phony? I have 3 people in here right now. Do you think they're phony? What do you think about this? What do you think about Erika Kirk? And Miss Matrix over here. Neo. Miss Neo. Are they actors or am I tripping? Because YouTube pays now. YouTube has been paying. YouTube has made people millionaires, closet millionaires, dude. So she's getting a big bag right now. Tell me, why are we making Scooby-Doo mystery marathons about the homies who get clapped? Who does that? Candace does. Candace Owens does a lot of it. But I've been watching a lot of other people, and a lot of other people are saying it makes a lot of sense. She's just she's taking the conspiracy, like similar to Alex Jones. She's the next wave Alex Jones figure, but for house moms and mothers and like single mothers and stuff. Like late 20s, even older, like way older, single mothers and shit. Like she's like Martha Stewart conspiracies. That's kind of what she is. That's a good analogy. Yeah, she's like a Martha Stewart conspiracy theorist. So yeah, Miss Martha Stewart conspiracy over here with the Hardy Boys Scooby-Doo mystery movie marathons after homie gets clapped. What are the thoughts of that? That's not normal. This is not normal. But it's crazy how YouTube is the social media is like the platform where it all plays out. It always has been though, like with the media and stuff, going back to internet, like all these conspiracy movies and stuff, Zeitgeist, all these things that like crack the code a little bit. But now it's just all on Instagram. Everything, but it's crazy though too, because even there's some like fire 9/11 content, some fire, like there's some really good stuff that just pops up on IG sometimes that's super nuanced that like I didn't even know about certain events. So it really is like a great asset and tool, like, but it's a double-edged sword at the same time. It's like a lot of this is known information. That's another thing too. Like there's nothing really new about like any of that stuff. Like all the stuff you're hearing about now it's already been out for years, dude. Like everything about, like there are things that don't get talked about still that should be talked about. Like, what is it? The Pentagon. The Pentagon. There's like a whole assessment on like like the light poles, that the light poles don't make sense. So they're talking, the conspiracy, that goes deeper, like saying that they were like hit with like some type of charges or something to like hit them over, so that they felt a certain way to make it look like a plane hit them. I was like, that's interesting. And then there was something about it, there's a gas station like adjacent to the complex in that angle where the alleged, the plane hit, and something about that. There was like 100% all that got confiscated, all that footage. But there was like a clear angle that would have been like documented, but they took the footage. So all that was crap, though, dude. So it's like, bro, the whole there's no point in like addressing, like, we need to be still talking about other shit, is what I'm saying. We need to start be reinforcing hey, we didn't forget about, this whole fake Hollywood debacle, these hoax events and things of that nature. We're not done with that. So like muddying the waters with like a Charlie Kirk and stuff. It's like, dude, we're not done with these buildings defying physics. But what's crazier is how they defy physics and tell you lies that aren't true, but en masse people believe them. And they force you to believe like a system they reinforce. So, that's crazy. And people believed it. They made an exception. Let's just say maybe they didn't believe it. They made an exception because they believed all the right factors came together to make it occur. No, it didn't, dude. The fact you had to think that hard to come to that conclusion means it's bull. If you have to think that hard enough, you know what I'm saying, about this to make this perfect condition, no. Then, okay, if I have to think, that's not how shit works, dude. Things work very simply. For the most part. To some degree, there's a level of simplicity where it's like, okay, duh. That is not one of them. So it's like the more you have to think, oh yeah, so all this pancake theory and all this stuff, all this garbage, dude. That's like, nah, that's absolutely not what happened. So, yeah. But so yeah, we need a Scooby-Doo marathon about that, and figure out exactly who did it and air it out. But that's not gonna happen. So whatever, this is a money grab. Candace Owens is grabbing, but she's also playing a strategic role, right? Money's not the option. Money's not really the goal of this. There's a herding, a corralling happening, right? When events like, and especially if you create the event. So let's just say it's all fake. Let's just say, someone lost their life. Yes, let's assume that, right? But everything else after that, create an event, create a response. It's like a simple formula, because they rely on such like a benefit of the doubt, such strong benefit of the doubt, like of the benefit of the doubt of billions of people, right? They trust on this, that these institutions, these things that you hear are somewhat credible. You can't go against that though. So it's with these situations, you can't really crack the code to people, or else it's just like, okay, yeah. But if you did crack the code, it'd be like, okay, we have to get rid of all of it. Like, what? Like, no, dude. Like, if it came out and it was accepted that some other people that, that maybe the whole story was not exactly how we were told, that would go crazy. Everyone would go crazy. Like, you cannot govern that way, So yes, maybe some shady stuff happened, right? But you cannot govern a populace of people that have that information, is what I'm saying. Because all those people are still lingering around. So until we, you know what I'm saying, we need to start talking about that. How about we talk about that, Miss Candace? We need to have a Scooby-Doo mystery marathon about the Hardy Boys and how the Hardy Boys went to Ground Zero and, you know, found found the thermite. How does a building just pulverize into dust? That's another question. That's what is so deep about. Man, I could talk forever about that because there's some like weird, you know, there's some counter COINTELPRO theories, but the Judy Wood stuff, I found that very interesting. If anyone's friendly with Judy Wood, but Judy Wood is a very controversial figure in the 9/11 truth community because she posited an idea that some type of energy weapon hit the building and softened the building enough to be pulverized like that, because the more pulverization, the more evidence could be, once the whole building collapses, is very controlled, or it could have been a test of a new technology. And I always thought that was intriguing. I was like, okay, shit, that could be pretty crazy. But when you started looking into what that place did, like not just but yeah, there was a lot of things going on there. Let's just say that. But if you can convince the population a lie, that's scary. And they just take it. Like they just accept it. Tell you physics is a lie for only this situation. If it's just, it just so happened perfectly that this, you got to be kidding me. So when it comes to this Charlie Kirk situation, it's like, bro, this is baby stuff. This is baby rabbit hole. This is like, your first foot of ground. There's not even really a hole yet. It's just some dirt you just got the first layer up. Like, dude, you haven't even burrowed yet. Like, you have not thought you got to the bottom yet. But it never ends. That's the whole thing. If you wanted to fix the rabbit hole or figure out the rabbit hole, you would have to go back to the beginning of time, to when the first people were starting to dig and entrench themselves into these lifestyles and assemble humanity into these like pockets of people and cultures, and so many things have to happen even to get to this point, to build corruption as a policy, right? It's just one example. Like, think of how long it would take to like refine that, just that one element, corruption, ultimate corruption. Some of it by accident, some of it maybe understood, some of it maybe aware, non-aware, intentional, unintentional type thinking, just because they have the power at that moment. But the observers observe the effects, and they get to like take those qualities forward. So refining this game over and over until we get to this point where we can have Scooby-Doo, fun little Scooby-Doo Hardy Boys marathon mysteries about a dude who clearly got. I'm honestly more on the side of this dude getting like that mic blowing up. Like, I'm thinking more it's about that, and that some type of technology to like slice his artery, because that wasn't a gunshot. That was like it was like his neck just opened up. There was like air pressure somewhere, in his neck. He tensed up, and it was like a slice almost. It didn't look like a traumatic, like a project. It didn't look like a projectile to me. And they're saying that was the entrance wound. That makes no sense. But it's meant to not make sense. But dude, they got crazy stuff, bro. These people have technology. They have ways to get rid of you. Like, bro, it's I guarantee you they know almost every way. Coming up with new ones every day. But yeah. So it's like, yeah, of course this is a PSYOP. It's a show, man. So it's like I'm at the point now where it's like I'm just watching I'm here on the ride, man. I like the story. I like the epic. Like I like the novel that's playing out before us. Like at least this far, because at some level it doesn't matter. None of that matters. Like none of this shit matters, dude. If you could people live whole lives, dude. There are people that live whole lives unaware of all of this. Those people live the best lives. To not be affected by any of this politics, nothing, dude. Just skate by. And whether that be in like a level of poverty or a level of riches, to be that soul that just skids through while all these other people around you are just like going mad. You know what I'm saying? I always think about that too. Just none of this really affects them. Because I think to be at that level, it would not be fun. It might seem fun, but I like there being like a mystery about life still. The people who think at the top who think they like figured everything out seem to me like they're just like kids painting on a big canvas or something. Like there's certain kids over here trying to make the lines perfect and like make everyone stay in lines and they've been so focused on this little slice of drawing. They're so hyper focused. There's a whole page left. There's a whole canvas. Everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like we've like scribbling. I always envisioned it like scribbling, like all these institutions and this like perceived meaning that's placed on things and stuff in life. Like, bro, you take some shrooms or something, everyone's looking, and you start looking at them like, that suit looks funny, dude. Like, the person's a bot. But then you see it, but you can see it when you're not like that too. But like, bruh. But then you start thinking about how amazing the weaving is and how it's like that was a thin fabric that now is a stupid little funny suit that some dude takes so seriously. But if you zoom out, it's just like, what's this dude wearing like this little cloth for? Like, what's all this for? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. If you think about it, if you zoom out and start getting macro on it, it's like, damn, bro, this is like, we're like circuits, dude. It's beautiful in a way. In a lot of ways. So I can't really hate on Candace Owens too much. Like, go get that bag, but like, bro, you're not a conspiracy like wizard. You're not she's not. She's the agent, PSYOP, well-funded, curated and manufactured puppet. Nothing more, nothing less. So it's really just about understanding that. And to like understand that, you just gotta understand that. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. Like, who would believe? Like, there are people out here just like, oh my, 822,000 views. Where, bro? But it's like, bro, they have to put up the PSYOP. They have to put up it is a matrix. I'm going back to what I said earlier. It's the matrix because even the opposition is designed for you. It's decided for you. You're arguing with an opposition, a constructed argument. It's already designed. No, I'm not any of that. But this is a controlled op. She's controlled op, dude. That's what it is. That's the term for it. It's controlled op. This is all just controlled ops, dude. Everyone you're seeing, and the internet really, they figured out the algorithms, and they designed the algorithms, so they know how to do this. So really, they're the string people pull the strings, or the ones who run these algorithms and have influence over the algorithm. It doesn't matter, bro, as long as I'm spitting facts, bro. But that's what I think about Candace Owens. Yeah, she's, see, nah, dude, it's all psyop, bro. It's all psyop, brother. You got to go down that rabbit hole too. See, I don't even want to get started on that one, because I'm at a point now where I'm just like, nah, dude, it's all. They all believe the same everything anyway. They all revere each other. All these religions revere each other. They're all copycats, man. They're all just story jockers, man, and storytellers. Why would you believe in this? Like, that's the thing, is like, I want to believe in like the salvation, but something is sketchy to me about the whole thing. Like, okay, yeah, if it happened, that's cool, but at the same time, why are we basing like policies off that? You should take the influences of whatever you're, the religions and core principles, maybe, and integrate that somehow into law. But to be subservient to a law, see, you're really the problem, Mr. Glitch, with this, because that mentality is the reason why there's a baseless war happening right now. These people want you to fight over their little religions, man. That's my vision, man. That's my vision, is that, like, bro, the only reason most of the time people are religious is about like death and the afterlife. They care about that. So most of these people can't, it's like they can't accept death, bro. And they have to know that they're going to be a certain place after this. Why do you have to know that? I don't think you have to know that. Like, I don't think that's relevant. Maybe if it is a commandment, but I don't know, man. It's so watered down and stuff at this point, bro. It's like, you really believe this? How many people that book is ran through? How many generations have altered and the story, like, it's just, bro, no. You're not my bro. I'm not speaking exactly to you when I say that. It's more of an expression or a statement rather than I'm addressing someone when I say that. It's like a moment of exasperation, bro. Like, it's not you, bro. You're not my bro. But if you believe in Jesus, man, all power to you, man. There's a part of me that's like, I think you have to believe anything. Like, if you believe and put power to it, then maybe that's what will happen after death, is you'll go exactly where you want to go. See, you're just a one of those people who likes to see. We're gonna ban this person, because I can ban them. Nah, go Takashi on them, bro. You're getting reported, bro. I can't be doing that, bro. I gotta keep my YouTube clean, Brody. He's out here trying. See, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you're really doing the job of what those people are trying to do by inciting this false framework. Exactly that. That's very so. All this low vibrational base level race stuff, this base level religion stuff, It doesn't. No, I'm not. But why would it matter, bro? You probably are. That's why you're coming in the comments to, you know, implant that in here. So no, I'm not playing that. I don't play that. You got to report it. So what, bro? I don't care, man. I don't care. What you gonna? What's what? What? I'm not even. I thought. How could I block this guy? I was trying to block this guy. How do you block this dude, bro? Yeah, put you in timeout, bro. Yeah, buddy deleted all his dumb messages. Can't be doing that, bro. It's just out of pocket, bro. That's where you lose the argument at that point. When you start being like that, being racist, like racial, like there's no point in that, bro. We're at a point now that where there should be no point anyway to that. Yeah, Charlie Kirk's a PSYOP. It's all PSYOP. I'm just ranting at this point. I'm just trying to get these views up. I'm trying to get these views up for real. Really trying to get these views up. Yeah, there we go. Got 3. Got 3 people in here. That's good. So if you've watched this, I haven't watched this. I started watching it. I'm like, I'd just rather make a video ranting about how this girl's a PSYOP rather than watch it. Miss Scooby-Doo Mystery Hardy Boys marathon movie. Bro, like, girl, yeah, nah, she's not. Matrix Revelations. Erika Kirk speaks. Zionist lie about Charlie Kirk. Who cares? The fact that you care about the situation is the problem. They executed someone on essentially live television for the whole world and made a story about it. And they're trying to arm him. The memory, they're using a dead man's legacy, false legacy, and embellishing and inflating it to weaponize it, to use it, to embolden political agendas. No, I'm not into that, bro. I'm not into that. But it's so corny now. Like if you watch that, dude, how like it's like, dude, people are really sad. Like it's sad. It's sad to me that people are like that. Like it's like that desperate in a way that they have to cling to this ideology to like feel. I don't know. I know what debate and stuff like makes me feel, and it makes me feel good and debating and discussing things, right? But like the way I think is because of, there's bias in everyone, but the way I think is just like, bro, like I'll believe in the institution, but then at the same time, and understand it's like a real thing, but like there are still people who like don't understand that it's all a lie. Like the banks, all these things they take your money and they trade with it and make more money and then hold your money. Your money is most of the time not even really there. So that's a lie. Offer it. Okay, so why, you have to start like I said earlier. It's like there's a lot other things that you need to be making movie marathon Hardy Boys, mystery files about other than this. Like maybe it's a current topic, but she's trying to like, influence people and hey, how about let's awaken people to these real truths, these real hardball ones that that dismantle the whole shit. Get rid of these people and get it over with, or don't do anything about it. But like I said, they create the whole structure to feed you the argument, to feed you the plaintiff, the defendant. They give you both, and they mitigate both, and they corral both along nicely to influence the herd. Sublayers and subtext and underlying influence, underlying messaging, underlying agendas, layered agendas, tandem operations. Like, it's not so cut and dry. But start somewhere, at least, but that shows we have no power. Only enough that we exhibit in our own lives daily. And that's why they put so much money into putting these people in front of us, like Candace Owens, like Erika Kirk. Like, J.D. Vance is going to be the next president. Or he's going to run for president. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. They're propping him up. They've put too much money into this guy. So piggybacks off Trump. And really, Trump, in my opinion, was just to deceive the conservatives and to just dismantle the conservative party, right? The Republicans, because the Democrats, their agenda was already like aligned. They were all aligned, essentially. Granted, the party and, the issues, pretty much during Obama, that's where it started. Bush there was a very, there was all these issues that happened throughout America. Same issues have been happening decade upon decade, just getting more complex, more nuanced or whatever. But the same premises have existed, these civil rights issues, etc. All these things have existed prior to this, but really under Obama, it's accelerated. Trump becomes the antithesis of that, right? Because you've already agitated a certain populace, by design with Obama. So now you've triggered this, right? And the response, now you've also curated because you've infiltrated that side's ideology. And then you present Trump as an alternative, as he's going to go in and really just do his thing, right? He's coming out saying everything right and wrong, right? Playing off this actor role, playing off this whole character thing that, he's this built up image of him, right? It's not hard to see through. So then Trump comes in to satiate those people and incite them. Whether or not what you think happened on January 6th was whatever, it doesn't matter what side, it still happened. Like, you've mobilized these people to a degree, but their pretenses for being that way are valid. Having, this attack on private property rights and attacks on individual sovereignty and rights, trying to strip you of things and trying to strip you of freedoms here slowly. That's, a valid thing that these people are afraid of, right? But then you hijack that movement and put a buffoon in office. You literally put a buffoon in office to discredit those people in a way. And also identify them and put them in an aggregate into one box. So now it's easy. Now you can target them. They're under one banner, MAGA. Under one leader, Trump, and his cronies, whoever he is, aligned with and aligns with him. It's the same playbook. You got years they got years to sit and think about this shit too. So it's like, bro, it's all scam. Live life how you want to live life. If it doesn't hurt yourself and others, that's my only rule. So if you're not, defiling yourself and defiling others, and having respect for this place around you, even if it's all fake, even if it is all for bullshit and there's nothing else, there's still a place here where you can experience like love and respect and happiness and joy. Even if it doesn't happen all the time, there's still a place in this universe where a joke is funny. So why wouldn't you want to enjoy that while we're here? That's like a beautiful thing. So to focus on all this bullshit is really just bullshit. I follow it because it's fun. And I follow it because if it, it really could have an impact on our, like, I'm just waiting for the trigger to drop for like, these people, the martial law or some bullshit. I want to be, if it's within my lifetime, I'd like to be aware that at least that are, aware of the murmurs. I'm at least on the pulse of like what's happening, what's shaking. And you maybe might not be so blindsided if it happens. This fucking hellhole that they're trying to build us to live in. This surveillance panopticon, box glass house, surveillance grid. But ideally, if you don't have to think about this stuff, I wouldn't. But, we need to just live simply for those things, man. But some people are wired for evil. And in that case, now, we have to fight that. We have to stand up to that. But that comes in daily life. Don't cower and back down to evil. There's a lot of good things about religion that is said, and there, there's some good things, of course. But it's simple. Like that, you should know that. It's a feeling. Those things are, there's a reason we feel things. That reason evil, it has a feeling. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, but this is evil. Making Hardy Boys, movie mystery marathons, Scooby-Doo style, about, and she has all of her little like advertisements and stuff. She's, oh yeah, well, you're brought to you by this and this and this. Within like the first like quarter of the fucking podcast, it's like, bro, is this not sick? Is something not eerie about this? Like, is there something not eerie about this? That we would just watch this dude bleed out, allegedly, right? This dude just bleeds out, and now we're making Scooby-Doo Hardy Boys marathon mysteries about these people, and like, it's sick. To me, it's evil. Like, it's evil. It does not sit right with me. And the fact that they try to like invoke God and invoke this spirituality and Christianity into it, that to me is like, dude, what is going on? But these people eat it up. They love it. It's like, are we that desperate now that it's like, we have to like infuse that into everything? I mean, we've always been desperate, but like they used to do a lot worse in the name of religion, to be honest. But it's like we're at a point now where it's like everything's safe to a degree. Like the world's stable enough where if enough people just said, hey, it doesn't matter about that, we're like safe enough as people to where like we can't be completely en masse subjugated, right? And like slaved upon like they want to do completely. We're like beyond that to where like there's enough people who are living okay. We know what is normal now. Going into wars because some dude had a vision, you know what I'm saying, of God, and to go fight, because we're done with that to a degree. We do different weird things, but like we need to get past that. Like fully. Because like that's how the world used to be ran. It's off of some dude's vision or something. Like, nah, dude. How about we just don't do that anymore? How about we not just go to war and kill for nothing? Nothing that benefits humans collectively. It enriches small fractions of families who then just like nervously and paranoid in a paranoid state, like seem to want to dominate and take as much as they can, just siphon off just enough so they can live in this life rich and nice. But they go through the same problems we do. So you're really just scrambling for nothing. We're going to the same place. We're going to the same. Our bodies will decay or be burned and ashed away. The same. There's no difference. So it's like, what's the end? What's the difference? So really all this effort you're putting into like dominating and, you know, controlling and all that type of stuff. It's like once the invention is made and like the industry is made and there's enough cups that everyone has cups and we know how to make cups and stuff like that. After that, it's like pure like murder and greed at that point. I'm sure there are like plastic cup wars. Like people getting bodied over plastic in the cup industry. The solo cup fucking wars, dude, that you never heard about. People getting whacked over like shares of like companies and mergers. Just getting whacked out. Oh yeah, sorry, we just got poisoned. Oh, he mysteriously died. Like, bro, your own people will eat you out alive for that shit. For that dollar, that Skrilla. But we're all going to like the same place. Maybe different places, but like we're all not here no more. So why wouldn't you just, like, we're at a point now where it's like we could do that. How about we brainwash enough people to, like, you know, make enough food for themselves, or like skill themselves with skills that span broad like use cases. Let's brainwash people to do that, to like learn about good things. Instead of this slop, this Candace Owens, Hardy Boys mystery movie marathon. Like, but yeah, so I'm sick about all this, man. And like these people look disturbed, bro. Like Erika Kirk looks disturbed. She looks scary. Like, woman looks scary to me. There's something in her spirit, bro. It's just like synthetic. It's fake. Something about her is not right. Same thing with Candace too. She's like too perfect and too clean. To manufacture, dude. Like, she's the new McDonald's of conspiracies, kitchen conspiracies. She's like the hybrid true crime Hardy Boy Scooby-Doo shit, dude. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to get these views up for real with like the least amount of effort possible. Gotta go get my Kool-Aid pop. Kool-Aid just dropped a beverage, a bottled beverage. About to tap it. Where'd my bag go? Yeah, Candace Owens PSYOP. I just gotta keep saying that. I just gotta keep that in the equation. Where the fuck this shit go, bro? Oh.